One day before the exams, just one day before the exams, this is the day which is unarguably the toughest for us and for me personally, because I don't feel this way one day before the exam because results are not in your control. Whereas I have reasons to believe that exams, even one day before, still there are some controllable factors. Now, what do I normally do? So, this is the day where we sit and go through all the answer sheets of our students who have written across, multiple cycles across multiple days, and try to identify patterns and note them down for each and every exam and for each and every student to identify some patterns to help them to avoid some mistakes which can be avoidable. Now, it sounds simple, but I'll tell you the real complication. For any student, it's a constant battle between confidence and competence. It is great to have confidence, but without competence, it leads to nowhere. Having said that, as you keep going closer to the examination, there is very little you can do about competence building, because competence building takes time. Confidence building, is faster and easier. So, let's say you haven't prepared much, then I would definitely recommend you to focus on your confidence, because competence cannot be built anyway. So at least when you're confident, probably you'll see the questions a bit more clearly, or waste less time in trying to maintaining yourself. But in our case, our students normally have confidence. In terms of competence, it's a very sensitive thing, because if you talk about mistakes one day before the exam, there is a chance that that might impact their confidence. But if you don't talk about them, there's a chance that they will go ahead and repeat those mistakes. So it is very important for us as a team to ensure we work on enhancing their competence. Even reducing the number of mistakes is also competence, while retaining the confidence. That's why, more than mentoring somebody for the whole attempt of the whole year, this one day is very, very hard, because the decisions which we have to take have huge stakes. Thousands and thousands of hours invested by the student, by the study buddy, by his mentor, by the subject expert, by the overall team. The stakes are extremely high, extremely high. So, although I have a lot to say to each student, it's very hard. It's like, if I have to give you an analogy, there's a time bomb and the time is ticking off. You're an expert, but at that minute, you do not know which wire to cut. You're not sure. You're reasonably sure, you're not sure. But how do you take a call? If you don't do anything, it'll blow up. If you do something wrong, it'll blow up. If you do something right, that's when you can prevent it from ticking. Now, what would be running in his mind? Well, is there an option for me not to do anything? No, because it'll blow up. How do I back myself to do this? Because if I think about it, is there any better person who can do this at this junction? If the answer is yes, he would have been here. So largely you're the best person. That's why you get placed in positions like this. And even if there is some other better person, you don't know where he is. Right now, you're the one. So, using your experience, expertise, it's a combination of logic and intuition with which you have to rely upon and combine all the factors together and package it into a very, very sensible conversation and subtly convey to the student so that when the student actually goes to the examination hall and opens the question paper, it slightly reminds him or her that okay, this is what has been discussed by a mentor. Don't make the same mistake. Do not make the same mistake. So your voice pops out of the question paper. So to be frank, success and failure can happen in this one day also. That is the kind of impact it has. It's like the last over 20 runs. So, what kind of decisions you take, especially when there is a set batsman? How are you going to bowl? Anything that is getting bowled is being hit out of the park. So, you have options, but you have to really place it right in your mind and make sure when you bowl it, it gets executed. So yeah, so even after years and years and multiple attempts and multiple students, this still feels the same. So back to finding the wire that can diffuse the time bomb in this case, that can diffuse the risk of failure completely. So we look at diffusing two risks: risk of getting less than 40 and risk of getting less than 50. So these are two risks which we handle. And you'll only get to know how it goes after the first exam. But unfortunately, we don't process papers until all the exams are done. So you'll have to wait a bit longer to know how these insights would have worked on our students. Yeah, so this is about how it feels one day before the exam. Complicated, complex, emotional, loaded, and whatnot. But yes, we know that this is going to make a significant difference. We know that this effort is going to make or save an attempt. One night, if one night can save an attempt, it just can't get better. So that is this night. So that's where I'm looking at to find those sharp insights and help our students avoid the mistakes they're about to make in the exam. I'm not sure if I'm going to post this, but I thought I should record what is going through my mind on a real-time basis. If at all you watch this, let me know what you think about it. Thank you.